Hey guys, Mark here with PhoneAxiom.com, here with the HTC EVO 4G. I've had a couple requests to test out the Sense 3.0 user interface. So what I did just a little bit ago is put the HTC EVO 4G up to speed with the rest of the world and got the 3.0 Sense user interface. So as you can see, you got a little ring you pull up. And if you can hear that, that's the clouds and the wind from the from where I am right now. Anyway, that's pretty cool. So let's dive in. This guy's got 3.0 Sense user interface as well as the 2.3.3. We're going to dive into the settings so everybody can be on the same page here. About phone. We're going to go into the software information. As you can see, I've got 2.3.3 and the Sense version is 3.0. So hopefully you guys can see that here. Try to zoom in and get it to clear up a little bit. I think we're pretty good and we're pretty clear on that. Okay, this is a rooted EVO. Of course, this doesn't come on the stock one. It's pretty cool. Everything actually works on this port right here, as well as the famous, where is it? How do I get it to work? Let's see. Yeah, there you go. You got to scroll down at the bottom to get it to flip around like that. Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, there we go. Maybe it's a certain way to do it. I just got this thing on here, so forgive me, please. Thank you. Diving right in, we got some of the some pretty cool features in here. You know, your people, you have obviously the whole Sense user interface is here. It looks a little bit different, the slider tab, you know, at the bottom. I don't really like the slider tab as much, but you know, it is what it is. So diving into the calendar, you know, the calendar looks a little bit better here. I believe I've got my, you know, things plugged in here as to what I'm doing and my agenda view. There's a regular calendar view, you have your weekly view, and you have your daily view. So pretty cool. Daily view actually gives you your weather here. So yes, I drive a Nissan, and yes, that is due today. Anyway, well, I'll get over it. I've already paid it, as a matter of fact. Your 4G radio right here. Everything, like I said, works, which is pretty cool for a ROM that's kind of this fresh. You know, this is a ROM that is out on XDA. You can get it there. The only thing that you need to do is once you install this ROM, you need to flash another kernel. You know, I'll go over that right now, because if you don't, your brightness is not going to work. Your auto brightness, nor is any brightness control whatsoever going to work. So what I'm going to do is show you this real quick. Your brightness, just to show you that it does work. So obviously that's brighter and that's dimmer, more dim, whatever you want to say. So, and how I went about doing that, I'm going to go into the ROM manager here and show you, just in case you're out there and wondering, you know. So let's install ROM from SD card and go all the way to the bottom where I keep my stuff. As you can see, I've got Sax Kingdom ROM version 4. That is the ROM that I flashed. That is a whole Sense 3.0. The first time you boot it up, it will take a good 5 to 10 minutes just to boot into the Sense user interface. After that, it's good to go. The second thing, after that's all done, to enable your brightness to work, you need this 2.6.35.10 HTC kernel _ and 18 2 sign.zip. You find that bad boy right there. It's on XDA. Just go ahead and install it. The the Gingerbread is pretty cool. It's got some animations if you scroll down too far and it kind of bounces or whatever. So it's pretty cool stuff. Let's see. You do have all the elements, you know, of that Sense user interface, your widgets. You know, some other cool things that this ROM comes with that some doesn't is, you know, the black Facebook, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and throw that up. So I'm not logged in, but it's just a black user interface of Facebook. So I'm not going to be able to show you everything. If you have any specifics that you want to know about this, you can definitely throw a comment on the YouTube vid, and I will get to it. The camera. Awesome camera in the Gingerbread and the Sense 3.0. You know, this thing right here is pretty fast. And as you want to know, you can see my ugly mug right here. The front-facing camera, embarrassing. The front-facing camera obviously works, so I'm going to switch back to the other one there. Video, everything works. You know, I'll go ahead and flash a picture here. And there you go. That's my picture. So, pretty cool. You have a bunch of different modes here that you can actually choose from. You can choose a scene, panoramic, HDR, burst, night. You know, the burst is really cool because with most camera phones, you do not get an instant picture when you push the shutter button. So, you know, this actually goes and captures a quick burst so you don't miss that perfect photo is what it says. So it's pretty cool, you know, as far as that's concerned. You know, your apps are all, whoops, I did voice dialer. I really didn't want to call anybody. But it's kind of paginated, you know, so where it will do page by page here, which is pretty cool. Let's go on into the mail application so you can see that if you have a corporate account or whatever, yeah, it's pretty cool as well. So everything on this, like I said, works. The coolest thing about it, after it gets done playing, is this right here. So you hit the power off button, shut the phone down. And you can see these lights are lit right here, which means it is still on, and it will shut down, as you can see here in a second. Give it about 3 to 5 seconds more, and it should shut down. There we go. So it's off. Cool thing is this. This is like the best thing on this ROM. Power the thing back on, and you give it about 12 seconds, it's ready to go, which is amazing. For anybody that's had the EVO, you guys know how long this thing takes to boot up, but this is amazing. You know, it takes a couple minutes for the lock screen to appear, and if there's any glitch about it, is that the lock screen appears later than everything else. But you know, it's good to go. Little bit jumpy because it's still starting up, you know, but still you're in. You're able to receive phone calls, etc. So, like I said, you might be a little disappointed with some of that. That's the only problem I've seen with this ROM so far, and nothing's perfect. You know, this is a great phone, a great device, but you know, when you start messing with it, you start messing with it. You know what I mean? I'll go ahead and demo this right here. You have phone, mail, camera, messages. You grab one of these guys, and it recognizes you want messages. Drag it into the little hoop, and it goes right to your messaging app, which I have none because I've fully restored this. Let's try this again here. Let's go to camera. So if you want to just jump right into the camera and take a shot of something, it's ready to go. So let's do it again. Let's go to mail. Mail, we're in, ready to go. And of course the phone. The phone hasn't really changed all that much. You know, you still have all your contacts and everything, and once you start dialing, it actually does pretty good. It is a very snappy, very snappy ROM. I cannot ask for any better on that. It's extremely great for that. You have your regular, you know, all of your apps. You have your frequent apps. You have your downloaded. This frequent's pretty cool. It's whatever I've used the most. As you can see, that's actually what I've used on this since I've had it, and it's up and running. You know, another cool thing, the HTC Hub, and this is the last thing I'm gonna cover, and I gotta go because it's been a 9-minute video. The Hub, if you're logged in, which I am, you have to create an account with the HTC Hub. You can download movies, you can download ringtones, you can download notification sounds. You know, you can just do everything with this thing. So apps and plugins, you know, it's cool. I mean, you guys have got to understand that to download these plugins, you got sound sets. You can download, you know, if you want, you know, say we want a classical sound set. It actually has a whole sound set right here. You can play the ringtone, alarm, notification. So depending on what mood you're in, this is pretty cool. So you can download that whole sound set instead of just individual ringtones. But, you know, if you have any other questions about this or comments, let me know. The cool thing about this animation, just to let you know real quick, is once you go in, listen. If it was thunder and lightning, and it was the other night when I had this thing on, but if it was thunder and lightning, you would hear the crashing and everything, and you can definitely turn that stuff off and on. So don't be worried if you're stuck with it. Go under sound here, and you have all the options here, obviously, but your screen lock sounds. So that could be it. It's actually somewhere else in here, I believe, that you actually do that, but one thing, just to let you know, the weather does not work properly on this. It will crash, as you can see. You get the sound, your weather comes up, but then, usually it'll crash. If not, this glitch at the bottom kind of is frustrating. So, anyway, it's Mark with PhoneAxiom.com. Comment on this video if you have any questions or anything about it, but it's a great device. You go ahead and grab those 2 items off of XDA. As I said, once you're in, you're in. Oh, one last thing, I'm gonna definitely let you go, but this battery life on this thing is freaking insane. I first had the phone on and the 4G radio going, and I promise you I'm not lying about this. The 4G radio was on, the phone was on, in my back pocket of my seat in the car. Get this. Put the ROM on here one night. Did all that, left it in the car overnight, got up the next morning, 7/8 of the battery was left, at least. Went through the whole day. Now, granted, it was sitting in my car, and I wasn't, one mail account was synced to it, and etc. I wasn't being a data hog on it or nothing else, but this device actually lasted, get this, 27 hours, not playing. Anyway, I'm going to let you go now. It's Mark with PhoneAxiom.com. Have a great evening.